going to learn about classification. Just a simple way to do some basic organization, but before we do that, we need to do a quick review. What makes a thing alive? Like me? Like you? Well, there are 6 traits, yeah, you gotta have them all. If you're missing even one, then are you alive? Nah. Trait number 1 that all living things share is we're made up of cells from our toes to our hair. Cells, as you know, are life's building blocks. They're either prokaryotic or they're eukaryotes. Trait number 2 that makes something alive is the ability to pass on genes from inside. Trait number 3 that all living things show is they're all gonna develop and they're all gonna grow. Trait number 4 that all living things do is bringing in some energy and using some too. Trait number 5 deals with our personal oasis. If we're gonna stay alive, we must maintain homeostasis. The last and final trait deals with the world around us. Living things respond when presented with the stimulus. Going to learn about classification. The system that we use has changed a bit since its foundation back in the 18th century by Carolus Linnaeus. He started very simply with only plants or animals. He named organisms that could be found in nature with a 2-name naming system, binomial nomenclature. The first name is the genus, the second is a specific epithet. The scientific name is unique for every living thing on this planet. They're typically in Latin, which is the language of science. It's either italicized when typed or underlined if you write it. The genus comes first, it's always capitalized. The species name is second, it doesn't get capitalized. A species is a group of organisms that can interbreed. A genus is a group of related species. A family consists of genera with similarities, and an order is a taxon of similar families. A class is a group of similar orders, and a phylum is made up of classes that are like each other. Kingdoms are made up of similar phyla or divisions. The biggest group domain contains 1 or more kingdoms. We're going to continue with classification by looking at modern relational determination. Linnaeus classified things as only animal or plant based solely on whether or not it showed movement. Today we have 6 kingdoms classified into 3 domains: Eukarya, Eubacteria, and Archaea. In order to determine the domain and the kingdom of organisms, we look at different characteristics, though some are met with skepticism. We look at structural similarities like the shape and placement of bones, and geographic location as to what area they call homes. There's also breeding behaviors like how they get a mate, and modern determinants like chromosomes and DNA. Phylogeny is the study of evolutionary history. Cladistics and phylogeny help us unravel the mystery and try to connect the branches of an evolutionary diagram. Scientists then put this information into a cladogram. This has allowed us to develop our modern system that consists of the following 6 kingdoms. You got Archaea and Eubacteria, both prokaryotic. Then Protists, fungi, plants, and animals all are eukaryotic. We're going to finish up with classification by looking at each kingdom for your biological contemplation. Each kingdom has characteristics distinctly different from the others. We'll look at each in turn and see what we can discover. Archaebacteria are the group that loves the extreme. They live in harsh environments and most are oxygen free. They are prokaryotes just like Eubacteria is. Eubacteria have strong cell walls and are generally less complex. A protist is a eukaryote that lacks complex organ systems. They're single-celled or multicellular and live in moist environments. They're crazy because they behave like plants, animals, or fungi. Fungi are heterotrophic and are also immobile. They can be unicellular or multi and absorb nutrition through their hyphae. Plants are generally multicellular. They do photosynthesis. Because they contain chloroplasts and some pigments, they are able to do this. Plants don't move around much because they don't have the right parts, whereas most animals are motile even when they don't have 3 hearts. So much variety in this group of heterotrophs, from tiny little insects to whales to antelopes.